The nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Leading Role in a Play: Lauren Ridloff, Children of a Lesser God.
The first time that I was introduced to Children of a Lesser God was when I was 8. The movie came out and my parents decided to take me to see the movie. Even though they knew it was for adults.
You're right. I hated you.
It had a huge impact on me to see another deaf adult on the big screen. I mean, I never once thought that I would be Sarah. First of all, I'm a woman of color, and I just assumed that it was a given that Sarah was going to be white. I was a school teacher, so I taught kindergarten and first grade and public education. Every day, I had to read aloud with my students, and that always involves acting in a way, and a tough audience, children. And then I left to raise my own 2 boys. Kenny was presented with the possibility of doing a revival of Children of a Lesser God, and he decided that he wanted to meet a person who was deaf first. So he contacted me. We set up a time to meet, and then we set up a plan to meet once a week for a year, and we would talk about deaf culture. I would teach him some signs. So after a year of meeting, and I was his teacher and he was my student, he then asked me to be a participant in the first reading with Joshua Jackson. And after that reading was over, he pulled me aside and said, "If this goes all the way, are you willing to go all the way?" And my answer is pretty clear.
Not bad, huh? No hear, no speak, no see, no hands.
And working with Joshua Jackson made the whole process so easy. He's such a veteran. He's been in this industry for so long.
I was always expected to learn to speak, but I don't speak. I don't do things that I can't do well.
This story holds such a special place for the deaf community. You know, it opened doors to Broadway back when it first was performed. We definitely have a long way to go regarding inclusivity in this business. When you hear the word inclusion in this industry, it tends to focus on color, and I think we need to broaden that to include people with different abilities as well. It makes us better people. Once your eyes are opened and you are exposed to differences, different ways of living, different ideas, your feelings grow. And once you're exposed to something like that, you can't go back. You can only move forward. So I think it's really important to meet people, to hear their stories, especially if their stories are not like yours. Because when you do, you find that universal connection.